You know, it only takes 3 hours a day to be successful in this business, whether or not you realize that. If you spent 3 hours a day doing business acquisition, business development processes, that's really all it would take. What do you think I tell them when they say, well, what am I supposed to do with the rest of the time?
Anything you want.
I don't care. I only care about these 3 hours. Okay? The rest of your life's none of my business. I would encourage you to structure it to accomplish your personal goals as well. But if you give me those 3 hours and you do what I ask you to do with them, I'll set your life on fire. Okay?
And you'll get to those 3 hours?
I'm sorry?
You're going to get to those 3 hours and tell us what they are?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Just making sure.
Well, what do you do? What would you do with those 3 hours? See, you guys already know. What would you do? You do expires. You look so thrilled about that too, Tina.
Getting comfortable.
Yeah, don't get comfortable. You know what I used to tell people? I had a woman say to me one time, she goes, in class, and I shouldn't have done this, she goes, well, I just wouldn't be comfortable doing it. And I said, I'm not here to train you to be comfortable. I'm here to train you to make $100,000 a year. If you want to be comfortable, go to work in the library. That was a little over the top, don't you think, Bruce? You know, I'll tell you what, I'll be honest with you about your comfort level. The more you can get and stay uncomfortable in this business, the more money you'll make. There's almost an inverse relationship between those two ideas. So, if you're doing something you find terrifying, you're probably making a lot of money. Chances are. Okay? Eleanor Roosevelt once said, get up every day, figure out the thing you're most afraid of to do, and do it. Do it as long as you possibly can. She said that's probably the best way to have a high-quality life. I don't know about everybody, but I think that's somewhat true for agents. What else would you do? Expired. What else would you do? Roger, what would you do? If you were going to move your business forward today, what would you do?
Well, I'll tell you what I've decided I'm going to do is I'm going to start calling the people that I send my newsletters out to and inviting them out to breakfast or lunch.
Okay.
I'm planning on 4 or 5 a week. I don't know if I can get that many to go, but...
Oh, you'd be surprised. Feed them and they will come. Okay? Except realtors. With realtors, you need a free bar. Open bar will do it. Okay?
That's all right. I can't afford realtors, so we should...
Oh, gosh. Okay. Sphere of influence. Expireds. What else would you do? Networking. What else would you do? Fizbos?
Yeah.
You might develop a geographic sphere of influence. You might develop a social sphere of influence. You might spend that time making a list of anybody and everybody that you know and reducing them to an Excel spreadsheet and making sure they get a postcard from you. There's a whole list. We're coming into prospecting soon, again, okay, after we do objections. And there's 3 or 4 sessions on Saturday. But there's plenty of things for you to do, guys. Okay, and here's my rule for you guys. Keep coming on Saturdays, guys, but I always tell people, if you know one thing to do, don't worry about knowing the next 8, go do the one. So, my suggestion is, Tina, don't worry about everything else you don't know. If you know you're supposed to talk to expireds, talk to expireds. Okay? Louise. Louise is the director. Louise is gone. Is that better now?
Looking this way, you weren't looking that way.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Thank you very much. I'm kidding.
Okay, so but I have some questions.
All right.
Because trying to apply this stuff, and I'm getting confused now because we schedule the time blocks, but then somebody will call from like a number I don't know during the time that I've got the time block. And the rule is don't answer the phone. But I found that I missed that call and it was a sign call.
When you're done with your time, you pick up the phone, call them back.
even if they don't leave a message, I did. And is that,
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay. You know, and guys, you can't continuously interrupt yourself in this life and accomplish anything consequential. When you call me, sometimes I pick up the phone, sometimes I don't. But I think you would all agree with me, I'll call you back the same day, right? I'll be back in touch with you. You know that. So you don't get bent out of shape if I don't pick up the phone, right?
no.
So, neither do they, okay? If you call them up and you say, hey, I didn't really recognize this number. Someone called me from this number a while back. My name's Tina Whitman. I'm sorry, I was in the middle of something. Can I help you? I'm a real estate agent. Fine with that. Doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, gosh, you know, I was calling you about a house, blah, 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 blah. Okay? It's fine. Don't pick up that phone.